Back in 2006, when businessman Richard Farley was part of the Dragon lineup, Rob came into the den asking for £100,000 for 10% of his company.
Well, it's just over 3 years since I was in the den. It's not such a distant memory. I think Trixie, the pink trunkie, still actually has nightmares about it. The world's first and only ride-on suitcases for globe-trotting tots. Toddlers can pack, sit on and ride their trunkies while parents can keep their kids in tow, quite literally, the child sitting on the case. The trunkies are lightweight and durable, made out of the same materials adult suitcases are. But to date, we've sold 20,000 units.
I thought it was a really cute product. I could see how kids would enjoy riding on it. Bearing in mind you're putting small children on this, I mean, I saw you wheel it in a straight line. What happens if it... Oh, OK. And then Theo got hold of it.
The turning point in the den from a good pitch to things tumbling downhill out of my control was when Theo got a little bit too aggressive with my pink Trixie suitcase.
I did not expect the strap to break so easily, I've got to be honest.
That got my attention. What did you do there?
It'd get my kids' attention as well. Is this a faulty catch one?
No, you've pulled the hook off.
The moment Theo pulled that handle off, the whole integrity of the quality of that product was compromised. So I think you've done really well. Congratulations to get this far, but I just don't think it's a business opportunity.
OK.
So I'm afraid I'm out.
Rob, let me tell you where I am. You've got problems with the product. You've got...
Problems that can be solved.
Yeah, but you shouldn't come here with problems that can be solved without either identifying them or sorting them out first. And it drives me mad that we actually waste our time with these things. I, too, am out.
This type of product is not patentable.
No, it's not.
And that's why I'm really concerned, because within 7 days, I could do a better job than that, make sure that the clips are working. I could have this in production by the end of next month. Your company is currently worthless. I'm out.
I was fighting a losing battle. It was very demoralising.
And there was no comfort for Rob in Duncan Bannatyne's final verdict.
I wouldn't buy it, I wouldn't invest in the company, so I've no interest in this at all, so I'm going to declare myself out. But thank you very much indeed.
Thanks for your time, guys. Cheers.
Our next entrepreneur is Rachel Lowe, and she had her business idea while working as a taxi driver to pay her way through university. She's looking for £75,000, but she has to get at least that, or she goes away with nothing.
My name is Rachel Lowe, and I'm the Managing Director of RTL Games Limited. I'm pitching for £75,000, and this is my first product, Destination London.
Do you know how many new games are introduced every year?
How many new games?
Yes, board games.
In the UK market, I think there's about 20 each year being introduced.
And what percentage of them last more than a year?
I don't know that.
Okay.
Rachel's struggling to answer the questions, and under the scrutiny of the Dragon, she's starting to look unprepared.
Right. What are Hammers actually doing off their own back, with their own money, in their own time?
Well, all they will do is they will organise the press and the media to be there. What I will do is I will make sure that I've got enough promotional material outside.
What you mean is that Hammers will tell the press there's going to be a launch, and the press will decide whether or not to turn up. And even if they do turn up, then the newspaper will decide whether or not they want to print it. So you may get nothing out of it.
Press-wise?
Press-wise.
Possibly.
It's not going well. Rachel was pinning her hopes on her Hamleys launch, but the Dragons are sceptical.
Rachel, I think it's brilliant what you're doing. So I think you're going to do well with it, but it's not an investment yet.
Okay.
I think that the gaming market, we all know, is very competitive. And I think what you're trying to do, I think, is very inventive. But the level of experience that you've got in running a business is obviously of a major concern. I don't actually want to invest in somebody that actually is going to go through that learning experience, because there's going to be so many and too many pitfalls.
Okay.
So on that basis, I'm not going to invest in the business.
I'm amazed, actually, that you could not know the difference between gross profit and net profit.
No, I do know the difference. I just got confused with the question because I didn't have my figures in front of me, that's all.
Not from a sheet of paper, you should learn it. I think you probably regret not having done that today, but that's a learning curve, so I hope you've learned something and you've learned enough to continue. So I'm out as well.
Thank you.
It doesn't seem like you've prepared very well to come in front of us today. It really isn't an investment for me. I'm afraid I wouldn't back you.
It's the end of the road for Rachel. She's leaving the Dragon's Den with nothing. When it came down to it, it was Rachel's pitch and not her board game that cost her the investment.
She just seemed too nice and just be eaten alive in business.
It's just the investment.
Sean entered the Den in 2007 with an innovation he hoped would revolutionise the hairdressing industry. Offering a 15% stake in his company, he knew it would be a tough job to gain £80,000 of the Dragon's own money.
I was expecting the worst, that way I wouldn't be disappointed. I thought I covered all aspects about the product, where I was going and things, and so I felt it was a nice solid presentation itself.
Tangled knotted hair drives hairdressers insane. Tangled Teasers' uniquely designed teeth will glide through the hair, removing knots and tangles that is caused and associated with conventional tools on the market today. And you get them. My name's Sean Palfrey, and I'm the founder and inventor of Tangled Teaser, and I'm a great British entrepreneur. I suppose it was the Dragon's Den TV show when I first came to public attention, and the famous rejection. First time my product was aired, and people have often asked me, how was that for you as an entrepreneur? I don't look at rejection as a no, as a you aren't good or it isn't going to succeed. Even in my early days of when I was training to be a hairdresser, the rejection of this work isn't good enough. No, that is not good enough. Do it again. Makes you get better and better. So actually rejection is about, you becoming better. It depends how you handle it. But personally, I would never look at rejection as you aren't good enough, this isn't good enough. Rejection gets you better.